Whoa, that was
so as promised, everyone else is drunk. I want a burger, and we're going back from the hotel.
No, we're not.
We're going to another hotel. To a hotel.
I'm Wonder Woman.
What's the party again? The DitchCon? DitchCon.
I've never been to DitchCon because I've never been here for DitchCon.
It's for all the lonely pieces of shit like us. It's
where you go when you need a good dicking.
Okay, the lonely fuckers who need dick, like these heathens. That's what this is for. So, exactly. Non-content vlogs, like I promised. Yes. See ya. Well, I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna run around and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never run around. That's what's going on pre-BlizzCon, boy.
Good afternoon, guys, gals, non-binary pals. This video has one objective, and that is to discuss my first ever BlizzCon. I'm not going to go too in-depth on information and panels and reveals. I'll give just my basic opinions and stuff on that, but this is mostly just to talk about my first time at a convention like that, and just meeting up with everybody, and just all the fun we had. So that's what I'm going to discuss. And do forgive me, I am running. I got decent sleep last night, but I'm still recovering from not really sleeping that much over 5 days. So forgive me if I'm a bit slow in that regard. But yeah, starting off. The day I left, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning after not being able to fall asleep until about 2 o'clock in the morning. And my father drove me to Newark Airport. I had a very nice and easy flight from Newark Airport to LAX, despite a screaming baby, but you know. Screaming babies are a thing that happen in airplanes, just gotta deal with it. So I arrive in LAX, I meet up with my friend Chia, or Seshia, depending on how you know her, and our friend Sheldon, or Tanzi, as he goes by on social media. And then we waited around until our friend Mark, or Wiccan Jr., or Sildor, depending on where you know him from. Mark and our friends Christoph and Ian picked us up, and we went to check in at our various hotels. Our two groups were staying at the Alpine Inn and the Residence Inn, the Marriott. So we checked in, we dropped off all of our stuff, and then they popped my In-N-Out cherry. They took me, well, we all went. It was my first time going to In-N-Out Burger. Oh yeah. Yep, I got a double with some animal fries. Got some grilled onions and jalapenos on my burger. It was great. Awesome. And that first night, we came back to the hotel, we just hung out for a while, had a few drinks, and then we went to the Hilton for Con Before the Storm. No, Con Before the Storm was the next night. No, I got there on Wednesday. Con Before the Storm was Thursday. Sorry, I'm all mixed up. So on Wednesday, we go to DitchCon, which apparently is the party that people go to who don't have tickets or feel lonely or just feel like having another party. So we went to that and hung out, and it was alright. We just kind of hung out with just ourselves. It was just our group. We are just chit-chatting amongst each other. We went into the big party room, and it was just really loud, and the bass was really loud, and they're just... I don't really like that party too much. It wasn't really for me. But after that, the next day was Con Before the Storm. And before the tables and meetups and stuff, I, talked to a few people. I ran into Mr. GM, or Dan, in the Hilton lobby. Shook his hand, talked to him for a bit, got a selfie with him. And I'll be putting pictures, around throughout this video of people I met. Met a lot of people. It was cool. So I ran into Mr. GM at the hotel, and I was hanging out with Cavo and Let's Homie a little bit, and I was just kind of meandering about, just trying to find people, because my sole goal when going to BlizzCon was to meet people, which I think is exactly what you're supposed to go there for. Who cares about information? You'll get that later. So, hung out with, our main group, ran into those people. Then I went to the Con Before the Storm, and I ran into Taryn Gregory, got a picture with him. And the thing is, I actually met most people outside of their meet and greet time slots in designated areas. I found them wandering around, the second floor of the Hilton. So I ran to Taryn Gregory, got the picture with him. You can't not love Taryn. He's just such a lovable nerd. Such a talented guy. I ran into Jesse Cox outside of the meetup room, the Con Before the Storm room. Got a picture with him. And a really embarrassing story. I know who Michelle Morrow is. but I, for some reason, didn't recognize her face immediately. And, you know, I saw them soon before they were going to be doing their table meetup. And I didn't recognize her immediately. She was standing with Jesse outside of the room when I met Jesse. And someone's talking to Jesse, and I'm just kind of lingering, you know, a few paces away, trying not to look too weird, waiting to talk to Jesse. And she makes eye contact with me. She says hi. And I'm like, what's up? In that moment, I didn't know that was Michelle Morrow. I just couldn't quite identify. My facial recognition skills are not always the best. So she kind of says hi back, and then I talk to Jesse, shake his hand, talk to him for a good few minutes, get a picture with him, and then I go back to, I'm hanging out with Chia again a little bit later, and I'm telling her about that. She's like, that was Michelle Morrow, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. She goes up to meet Jesse and Michelle at the table. I'm kind of standing off to the side. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. I don't even want to ask for a picture with her now just because I feel embarrassed. But yeah, that was an interesting event. And then I ran into our friend Gooch, who some of you might know from the podcast. He's a guild manager. He's a guild leader. He does podcasting. He does 3 Goblins in a Trench Coat with Kavo and Clanker. He's an awesome dude. Met up with him and his girlfriend, chatted with them for a while. And then I hung out a bit with Latomi and Kavo, who were sharing a meetup table with Mr. GM. He gave me a hat. One sec, I'll show you. Gave me this hat. Pretty cool. I like it. And who else did I meet up with later that night? I met up with a lot of people. Like, I found Danielle and Nico, or Trade Chat, Panzer. Met up with her and her husband Nico at some point. Got a picture with them. I think that was earlier in the day. I don't have any notes. This is very unscripted. It's rambling, so I've got to look through my pictures to see who I met up with. I found Annie Fuchsia before the WoW Head party. I got a picture with her. And what's cool is, like, a lot of people I talk to, like, if they don't know me, they at least know my username. Like, you know, I modded for, I'm a friend and mod of somebody who's been in, you know, Annie streams for a while. It's like, oh yeah, aren't you? You know, I'm like, yeah, it's me. That's pretty cool. It's cool. Like, it's cool when people with a pretty good online presence, like, know you, or not know you, but, like, they know your name. Like, it's cool to at least have your name recognized amidst a sea of thousands of people. That felt pretty good. So I found her. At some point during the WoW Head party, I found Latomi again with Bay and Jay the Bard. She still hasn't sent me that picture that she took of us, but whatever. It's cool. Latomi! I found Mr. Asmongold himself. It was kind of embarrassing because my phone doesn't hold the charge very well. It's like 4 years old. I really need a new phone. The camera's going shitty. It doesn't hold the charge. So I'm charging my phone right outside the WoW Head party. And I'm thinking, like, alright, I'll just charge it for a little bit so I can just get some more pictures of people. And right in front of me walks Asmongold. And I'm like, so I'm just like, Zach! And he's like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, hey, would you do me the honor of waiting like 15 seconds for my phone to turn on so I can get a picture with you? He's like, yeah, sure, dude. Which is really awesome. He didn't have to do that. He probably had better places to be. So, to kind of kill the awkward time of waiting, I'm just talking to him like, dude, you are the realest I don't care what people say about you. You are the realest motherfucker alive. You know, we need more honesty and realness, especially, you know, in the WoW community. It's just, you know, just thank you. Like, a lot of people, you know, might give you shit, but, like, from me, like, I like you. I like what you do, and just, you know, thank you. So, I got a picture with him. That was pretty cool. And then I just kind of milled about between the Calm Before the Storm area and the WoW Head party. Just talked to a bunch of other people. And then I got a quick picture with Celestalon. That was pretty cool. I think he was on his way to, like, a table. And he was talking to a friend of mine. And as he's walking away, I'm like, hey, Celestalon, can I get a quick picture with you? He's like, yeah, make it quick, dude. I'm like, yeah, no problem. That's probably why it's kind of blurry. That was pretty cool. Met up with him. He's tall. Tall dude. He's a cool dude. Mr. Sparkle Dragon. But I think that's really all that happened the first. No, World of Podcasts, I think, was also that day. Or I'm really bad with remembering. Remember, I didn't sleep very well throughout all these days. I'm just trying to remember all this just off the cuff. But I think World of Podcasts was also that evening, I think. Yeah, I think so. Because I remember I went up there and I watched, like, the opening part of World of Podcasts, and it was being hosted by Pat Crane, who, if you don't know who he is, shame on you. He's like a legend in, you know, in broadcast and podcasting, especially in the WoW community. He's the host of Convert to Raid with Fist and the name escapes me. But I've actually found him, like, the first night, and I grabbed a selfie with him, but it was a horrible picture. I felt so bad. But then when his panel on World of Podcast was over, I got a better picture with him. It all worked out. He's an awesome dude, very genuine guy. And then I left, milled about, WoW had party for a while, and then I went back to World of Podcast because my friend Katie, or Clanker, who is a part of Mash Those Buttons, she does Torn and the Goblin podcast with Nick, and she also does Through Goblins in a Trench Coat with my friends Cavo and Gooch. Like, I wanted to meet up with her because, we've talked a few times. Back when Cavo and I used to do Patch Day, she was on that once or twice. Katie's awesome. She was dressed up like Vol'jin. That was pretty cool. So I met up with her, got a picture with her, and I think that was probably everybody I met up with that night. And then there's the first day of the con, where a lot of people I know are registering to get their badges and whatever. Like, I handled that at a different time. I handled it later than everyone else, but I still ended up getting in before all my friends. I don't know how that happened. I guess I'm sneaky beaver. So I had my badge. I got into the con, and I didn't know what to expect. This is my first con. I couldn't find any of my friends. Because, like, I got no sleep the night before, because I'm a very light sleeper, and I was sleeping on just that little lounge part of a couch, which wasn't super comfortable. And people kept adjusting the thermostat overnight, so it would go from hot to cold, yes to no, whatever. So I didn't sleep much that night, so I remember after everyone left at, like, 7, I just slept for, like, another hour. I'm like, just leave me alone. So I got in, and I'm like, alright, where do I go? So I just kind of follow, the crowd that I was with, and we go to the Mythic stage. And I find Gooch. Gooch is there with Cavo, and, Gooch is there with his girlfriend, and, I'm messaging him, like, yo, where are you at? He's, yeah, I'm in the Mythic stage. I'm like, oh, I'm in the Mythic stage too. It's like, yeah, we got seats saved for you. And a few other people who, unfortunately, couldn't make it. But we sit somewhere, and there's, like, actually a few Blizz employees behind us, which is pretty cool. And we watched the opening ceremony, and dude, the energy was really good. Like, I think the opening ceremony is just a really warming thing. And sadly there's no Chris Metzen to deliver any, bombshell speeches, despite his later appearance, which is really cool. But seeing Mike Morheim talk about the last 27 years or however long it's been, and handing it off, and officially, publicly handing it off to J. Allen Brack, that was really heartfelt. And I like when he made that joke, like, now you guys think you might know Jay, but you don't. I love that even Mike made the "you think you do, but you don't" joke. That was pretty cool. But just seeing the initial announcements, like that Saurfang and Anduin trailer was so good. The trailer for Warcraft Remastered almost made me cry. Warcraft 3 Reforged, rather. I think as soon as that banner appeared from that initial cinematic, you could probably hear me on the recording go, woo! Because I fucking adored that game. That shit was my childhood. I play it now from time to time, just for nostalgia, and it was a fun game. I cannot wait to see the Reforged, like the new cinematics. We better get Frozen Throne, where we see Arthas versus Illidan, because god damn, that'd be sick. And all the panels were good. The What's Next panels, Clanker and Gooch and Cavo were very happy about Goblin updates, and I was very happy to see the Classic panels, seeing their philosophies on that. We're getting Classic WoW in the summer. Like, hello, Christmas is coming early, boys. That's really cool. Just to see that they openly recognize the problems with, like, the Azerite armor, and just they're going to be working really hard in BFA to try to make current systems, which some people don't like, as good as they can be, which is fine. That's awesome. We're going to see Naga, we're going to see Ajara. That's awesome. Probably Old Gods next, of course. But then, as the convention's going on, I, again, set out to just meet everybody I can. And I actually met up with a lot of cosplayers. I didn't really know them. I got a picture with Soldier 76, which was really good. I got one with Varian and Maiev, and Varian let me hold his sword. I didn't really know how to hold it, because, it was kind of clunky. It was a cosplay. It was very well made. But I'm like, I don't want to break it. I don't want to, like, take somebody's eye out. Whatever, so whatever. So I met up with Pyromancer, again, who knew my name. I'm like, that's pretty cool, because, like, what I do, whenever I follow somebody, or with, like, an online presence, who has a Twitch channel, a YouTube, anyone who I follow, I'm an active part of their chat room, their comment sections, their Twitter feeds. Like, I'm not, like, a stalker. I'm not, like, it's not like I don't shut the fuck up. Like, I'm active. I'm not a lurker. Nothing wrong with lurkers. A lurker is a supporter. but like I choose to be active, and with that comes, you know, like people recognize you, and you know, community members like will know your name at the very least. And that was really, really cool, you know, just to, you know, shake a few hands of people who have a way bigger presence than I do and be like, yeah, I know you, dude. You're in the stream a lot, you know, you're on Twitter a lot. You said this that one time, like, yeah. So that's always cool. And I think that first night I also ran into Krendor, Mr. WoW Krendor himself, which is really cool. Like I was waiting by the bar to talk to Sloot and Automatic Jack, both of whom I met. Shook Sloot's hand, that was really cool. Like, I don't lurk in his... I'm in his stream sometimes, and I tweet him sometimes, and he still knew my name, that was awesome. I shook hands with Automatic Jack, got a picture with him, just talking to him about healing, because I'm not a healer, but his guides made me able to beat the healing mage tower. So I just pointed out, I'm like, yo, dude. Great guys, dude. You made me a better healer. So it was awesome to meet him. Then I met up with... I saw Krendor that night, and then I think I went home. Like, that's the thing. I crashed earlier than most people every night, because I slept less than a lot of people. Like, people might have gone to bed before me, but because I'm a light sleeper, like, any stir, any movement, any snore, any whatever wakes me up. Which I probably should have thought about before I shared a room with a bunch of people, but whatever. So I was always crashing earlier than most people. Like, I also met up with, And just one real quick, apologies if like I'm like on a tangent and then I kind of go back and like I'm all over the place, because again, I'm just doing this right off the cuff memory, which isn't always easy. But I also met up with Lady Pasha, who some of you might know as a cosplayer and Twitch streamer. I followed her on like one of her first streams, and I've been kind of like on and off in her chat room ever since. And I'm like, hey, it's AJ9 Lives, and she's like, oh hey, you know. So we got a picture, and that was really cool. That's gonna be most of my summations. Like, I got a picture. That was pretty cool. And then the next day, which I think was this was the same day, just earlier in the day. My timing's all mixed up. I met up with Hiru Meredex. I didn't know, he never shows his face, so like, it took me a second. I'm listening to his voice, I'm like, I know that voice. He's talking to Pyromancer, and I look at his tag, I'm like, oh shit, it says Hiru. I'm like, hey, dude. And he's like, yeah, I've been seeing your picture with other YouTubers, and you know, you mod for Kakio in his stream. I'm like, yeah, I know you, dude. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Like, it just, hey, I'm sorry. It feels cool when people recognize you. So I posted a picture with me and him, but I covered his face because we got to keep the memes going. And that was awesome. And later that day, I met the one and only Ian Hazakostas. But my phone is terrible, and we didn't take the best picture. I tried to touch it up and make it okay, so you can at least tell it's him. But yeah, I met up with Ian Hazakostas, which was awesome. Just like, yeah, it's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to meet you, dude. I think you get a lot of crap on the forums and stuff, but I have nothing but respect for everything you're doing and trying to do. And you know, you're trying to make BFAs the best you can. You're trying to point Classic in the right direction. I just appreciate everything you do. And you know, just thank you. I shook his hand and I got a picture with him, and that was awesome. And then I had like a list in my mind of people I wanted to meet. And Taliesin and Nevitel were pretty high on that list. Granted, I already did meet Taliesin back in July during PreachCon. So it's not like it's not like they were mega priority, but like I did want to meet them and say hi to them and stuff. But they were just swamped with people, like on Calm Before the Storm. They were there half an hour after their time slot. They were still being mobbed. So I'm like, yeah, we follow each other. I could just message them, you know, if I wanted to meet up with them somewhere else. But it never happened. Like, wherever they went, they were either swarmed by people or going to VIP sections, whatever. Like, I was never able to meet up with them, which is kind of sad. But whatever. There's always next PreachCon. You know, I can see them. But I still got most people on my list. I still met a lot of people I didn't know I would meet. I think it was the night after the second day of the convention, I met Little Sparks, who we know each other from Noble's stream. Obviously, I know she's an awesome cosplayer. I met Christy Golden, which was awesome. I shook her hand. I'm like, I'm a big fan of your work. I love that you're working, with Blizzard now. Arthas Rise of the Lich King will always have a special place in my heart. I got a picture with her. That was awesome. I saw a few other people who I wasn't able to get a picture with because, again, they were just constantly swarmed with people. I didn't want to be that guy who, like, barges his way in, like, oh, I'm important. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. But, again, like most nights, I went back to the hotel early, poured myself a little bit of Black Label scotch, and I'm just like, I'm just going to hang out. Charge my phone, check on social media, I tried to talk to my girlfriend a few times when I was over there. Because, like, conventions that's a new thing for me. Like, my group has been going for 4 or 5 years. It's new for me. Like, the whole being on your feet for an entire day, and, like, other people are, but other people don't move around as much as me, as much as I do. Like, I was constantly making beelines from here to here and there and everywhere, just trying to meet as many people as I could. And I couldn't feel my legs after, like, day 2 or 3, which kind of sucks. So I would just finish the day early and go back to my hotel, sip some scotch, and just go to bed, because I was exhausted. But then the day 4. What did we do day 4? I don't even remember. Like, the whole group, like, the day after all the cons and stuff, after most people already left, I just kind of just took a breath. I enjoyed the peace and quiet. A bunch of my friends went to the Cheesecake Factory for, like, a last hoorah group dinner, but, you know, big groups in restaurants, crowded restaurants and stuff, not really for me. Plus, Cheesecake Factory's kind of expensive, and I had spent enough money there already. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna hang. I'm gonna sit this one out, you know. We'll see each other later, but I'm just gonna hang out here. So I do that. I get a pizza for, you know, $12 that lasted me like the whole day. Talked to my girlfriend, just, you know, hung out. It was nice. Honestly, it was sad because everyone was more than half the people were gone. But just having that nice peace and quiet after an exciting 2 days was nice. I got to walk around Anaheim a little bit. Got to meet up with the last few people I wanted to see. And to cap it all off, me and Mark and Romaz, who you guys might know, I think he manages Heroes of the Storm team. He's a cool guy, Romaz. Romaz, Mark, Ian, and some other people, we went to chill in the hot tub for a little while. We had a hot tub, like, right down the hall from our room. It was pretty cool. So we went for a dip in there. It was relaxing, because I haven't been in a hot tub in years. We were drinking a little bit, which you're not really supposed to. You're not supposed to really drink much in a hot tub, you know, but everyone does it anyway. But we were all good. We just chilled out for a while, went back to the room. You know, didn't get a whole lot of sleep, and then we had to be up early because we had to get to the airport. And yeah, I remember thinking, like, well, this is it. You know, BlizzCon's over. And honestly, it was probably one of the greatest experiences ever. I don't think anything will ever top Manchester. When I went to Manchester in this past July, when I met up with my girlfriend for the first time, which was just fucking incredible, dude. I don't think I think that'll always be #1 for me. And, you know, meeting all those people I met over there, just all that together, PreachCon in Manchester will always be up here. But this BlizzCon has to be definitely in second place, because everyone I met, all the fun I had, I was responsible. I drank minimally. Like, most people were very drunk, you know, at some point. I got a little bit drunk the last night, like, just a little bit, just enough to loosen up, you know, nothing crazy. But, like, that's it. I behaved. Like, I'm a good boy. Like, all my friends can vouch for me when I say that I'm a good boy. But I remember just thinking, like, all right, well, I'm going back to my flight. My flight got delayed because there was a lot of bad weather going on in New Jersey. But the con blues started to sink in. Like, I was thrilled as shit to be back in my own space, because I don't do well sharing space with a lot of people for long periods of time. Like, I'll hang out and party all day. But at night, I like being in my own space, which obviously couldn't really happen when I was over there. But I got to do that when I got home. My dad picked me up. We got home probably after midnight, because, you know, I didn't even land until like 11 o'clock. It was awesome. I ate something, I took a shower, and I just went to bed. And my own bed, no one else around, peace and quiet. Didn't sleep for a whole lot, because I still had to get up for class. And then I had a job interview today, which I just got back from. Like, I'm recording this just after getting back from a job interview, which went well, by the way. They want a second interview. So that happened, and I'm probably gonna forget a few things because, again, just off of memory. I'll try to include as many pictures as I can in the video. And the background here is my Night Elf Druid by the Burning Teldrassil, because that's that trailer we got where Malfurion completely wrecked that Horde caravan, and then said, "Tell her we are coming." Hey, I main Horde. I'm a Blood Elf Warlock and Sonic Death Monkey, but hey, Night Elves, where you at? Night Elves are my first race in WoW. Night Elves rise up. Let's take our homes back, yeah? Boom. Alright, well, with all that randomness and all that good stuff out of the way, I'm just going to end it on once again. It was one of the best experiences I've had, some of the most fun I've had in a long time. I really let myself relax, which is something I don't always do. I rarely ever do, but I let myself relax and let go a little bit, which is much needed. And I can't wait to do it again next year and hang out with these people again. I'll be staying either by myself or with a much smaller group next time, because, you know, 6+ people in a hotel room is just too many for me. But yeah, that was my BlizzCon. Tell me about yours. I love talking about BlizzCon with people, because most people all say the similar things. You know, they met up with a lot of people and they loved it and they can't wait to come back. And after my first BlizzCon, that's exactly how I feel. So yeah, that's all out of me. That's all I got. So until you see me again, live well.
Raise your flippers to the sky! The glorious march of the Murlocs. I mean, this pretty much speaks for itself, doesn't it?